Hi, this is Gordon Dutch at Resource. I'm here at the London ISE Roadshow, filming on behalf of Rave. Gary and Steph couldn't get here, unfortunately, due to COVID, but we're bringing you all the top brands and the top stories from the show. I'm here with Mark Reynolds from SnapAV and Control4. Mark, nice to see you. Perhaps you can tell us a bit about the company and the products.
Yeah, I certainly can. Good morning, folks. Nice to be here. So, SnapAV and Control4, if you're not aware, we merged in August 2019, and where SnapAV, working with equity partners, Hellman and Friedman, bought Snap and then bought Control4 and brought us together as one entity. And that's a journey that's continuing. So SnapAV plus Control4 will ultimately be a new co. So that's going on at the moment. But we're here supporting Cedia. Great to get back to some kind of semblance of normality, right? So getting the team together and so on. Obviously it's a smaller event this year for obvious reasons, so we've kept it quite slim on the stand. But essentially what we're focusing on, we talk about our two technology platforms. Okay. So for SnapAV, that was Oversee, which is the remote management tool. And for Control4, it's OS3, which is our latest operating system. So these are the two technology platforms that we anchor on. And they're kind of coming together, if that's the right way of putting it, in terms, close on that. The two platforms are coming together in terms of Control4's core product has always been its controllers, which run the house, the whole home, smart home automation. Oversee, as of the latest release of our OS, is now on the Control4 controllers. Okay. So our integrators can manage remotely an entire house using Oversee and the whole Control4 ecosystem as well. SnapAV has something like more than 25 product categories.
Wow.
So it's a one-stop shop in the States. Only here is part of the strategy over there. Okay. So they're buying up distributors all around the States, kind of almost like a cash and carry model. So integrators can go in same day, pick up what they need for the job and so on. So in EMEA, which I look after, we're rolling out the brands as we can in terms of regulatory and all that kind of good stuff that we have to do. But some of the brands are on the back here, Arachnus networking. With Control4 we had package networking. We've now got Arachnus as well, so we've got two networking brands. We've got Episode speakers. There's a few of those on the back here. And Control4 we had Triad speakers. We've now got two speaker brands, for example. Plus Luma surveillance, binary media distribution, and that's just a selection of what we're doing.
So a great range of products, though.
That's right. So it's very much about a one-stop shop, anchoring on these two technology platforms as we move forward as one business. So, but we're gunning for the $1 billion number this year. We've got 1,400 staff. As I say, it's a big business now.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's an exciting place to be. It's been a whirlwind 18 months since the merger.
Certainly has, and I was going to ask you about that because obviously it came at a difficult time. So has COVID had positives and negatives for you? What have been the differences?
Very much so, Gordon. Yeah, I think as with everybody, when it hit last March, when we were at ISE in Amsterdam last February,
I was there.
COVID started to happen, and the storms, of course. People couldn't fly, could they?
Yeah.
We saw a big dip. It never got as bad as we planned. We planned every eventuality globally, as you'd imagine. The UK was pretty severe at one point, but then came back really strong, starting around this time last year, actually, kind of July time. Started to really pick up very fast, clearly driven by, we're in the residential sector primarily.
Right.
So we've been one of the beneficiaries of the pandemic in terms of people working from home, homeschooling, so networking, outdoor speaker systems, all that kind of good stuff. People focusing on their homes, upgrading them and so on. And it reached a new normal in Q4 last year, and it stayed there. So cautiously optimistic about the future in terms of this market specifically. As I said, we've got a huge ecosystem of products that we're just rolling out into EMEA now and ongoing this year and next. So far so good, I would say. But it's there's shortages in some products, as everyone's experiencing. That's the biggest headwind right now. Our sourcing teams in the States doing a phenomenal job, trying to find semiconductor chips wherever they can find them.
I'm trying to find those at the moment.
Behind every sofa, kind of thing. So. But so far so good. They're managing to do it. One thing. We keep thinking we've got a shortage, and then they sort it out and so on. So it's a moving feast all the time. We're navigating through that like everybody, but cautiously optimistic at the moment, and really pleased with the way so far so good this year. Good growth.
And in terms of the show, how do you feel the show's gone for you?
Well, it's a different proposition clearly this year. It's much smaller. But so we wanted to support it. We're a very long-standing partnership with Cedia and with the ISE show. Personally, I've been coming to ISE for about 15-something years since the early days, right? I've been through many a manufacturer over the years, the Samsungs, Epsons, Toshibas, and so on. So it's part of the DNA of our industry, ISE, and we wanted to be here and get the team together. You know, and it's been good. It's been, you know, the footfall's not been what you'd expect from ISE typically, but it's been good enough, and it's been and quality actually.
Yes, and I've heard that from quite a few people, you know, less tyre kickers and some really good quality people. So it's just nice to be out again and talking to people.
It's fantastic, yeah. Because everyone's got a spring in their step, and we're having great quality conversations, getting the team together as well. I mean, you know, everyone's sick to death of Zoom and Teams, aren't they? So
yeah, absolutely. And England, Germany, any forecast?
Oh my lord, forecast that one. Penalty shootout. Let's hope it doesn't end the penalty shootout with the usual result probably. But I'm an eternal optimist. So you know, we'll see.
But absolute pleasure speaking with you.
Great to talk to you guys.
Gordon Dutch from ISE. Thanks very much for joining.